And targeted killings is not going to do that. And if anything, I think targeted killings are probably going to make our relations with many of these countries worse and may, in some cases, even further destabilize them. I have no great hope that targeted killings is the magic formula. I think when it comes to dealing with underlying problems, there are no magic formulas. That's why I tend, in most of these cases, to favor containment. Remember, in the run-up to the Iraq War, there were really two choices here. One is you could contain Iraq or you could engage in regime change. And I favored containment. It's not that I didn't think there was a problem there, and it's not that I thought that containment was an ideal strategy. I just liked containment because in the overall scheme of things, it was a better way of dealing with the problem. Because when you try and fix these countries, it's remarkably difficult to do. There's a woman here? Yes.
Morning, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Joe Long. Do you believe the primary focus of land power or the primary advantage is to own and occupy land or to shape the human environment? And if you put the emphasis on the shaping the human environment, would that change the calculus of how they're involved in the Pacific?
I'm not sure. If you could just remain standing for a second, if you would tell me what it means to shape the human environment. It's a very vague term to me. What does it mean to shape the human environment?
It is, sir. We could have a long discussion on that, but I think the root of it applies to that the Army, the land power, has a very specific skill of being able to touch people on an individual level that land or air power and, naval power does not.
Okay. I don't believe that at all, with all due respect. I believe that armies should not get in the business of shaping the human environment and making arguments about reaching out to people and doing all sorts of good things. Our armies are machines that are designed to go out and win wars and to kill people and to protect the American national interest. That's what armies are for. You know, in this politically correct environment that we operate in, you have to tell all these stories about how you're shaping the human environment and doing all these social goods. But that's not what armies are for. And the point I would make is once you start thinking in those terms, that's when you get into nation building, right? The American body politic has this deep-seated belief that the American model is a really wonderful thing, and if we could just export it to the rest of the world, we would all live happily ever after.